Good morning. Tomorrow is May the 8th. It's going to be VE Day, Victory in Europe, the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II in Europe. I've been thinking a lot about it over this last week. We talked about this in our sermon this past Sunday. Tomorrow night we're going to wind up having a carillon concert at the church. It's a drive-in concert. You're going to come, stay in your car. You'll be out in the parking lots all around the church. You'll be able to kind of roll down your windows and be able to enjoy the sound of the carillon as we remember and celebrate the end of the war in Europe. And I've been thinking about, what did people really have to go through? It's really hard to wrap your mind around what it would have been like landing on the beaches there in France, Normandy and Utah Beach, and oh my goodness, what all that would have been like. What it would have been like to go fight in the Battle of the Bulge, to really understand being a pilot, being a sailor, being an infantryman moving along. I marveled at what these men did and what it meant to us today that we still get to now be free. You know, there in England, they were in the battle for almost 6.5 years. And it was the Ministry of Information in the fall of 1939 who wanted to try to prepare, to inspire the people, to help the people be ready to deal with the bombing that they knew was going to come from the Nazis, a possible invasion. And so what they did was they actually printed up three posters so that they could put them in railway stations, they could put them along in bulletin board announcement places, put them in all kinds of places to try to help people see them all around the country. The first one said, "Your courage, your cheerfulness, your resolution will bring us victory." A second that they put all around, "Freedom in peril, defend it with all your might." These two were distributed all throughout England there in 1940, 41, throughout the time to try to keep up the morale of the British people. But a third one was printed and was not distributed. 2.5 million copies were printed of another one that said, "Keep calm and carry on." I like that statement. Keep calm and carry on. This poster was held in reserve in case there was a crisis or an invasion by Germany. Then they intended to put it out. Keep calm and carry on. It came to reflect the British sentiment, the people of England, how they would deal with it. Well, in the end, the poster was never released. In fact, towards the end of the war, they were needing paper, and so they ground it up as pulp in order to reprocess it back as paper. More than 50 years would go by. It wound up being Stuart and Mary Manley. They bought an old Victorian railway station up in northeast England, and they turned it into this wonderful bookstore. They went out and they were buying old books and just boxes of old books to go through and see if there was anything of value. And in the year 2000, they bought some old boxes of books, and as they went through it, they came across these posters. Keep calm and carry on. The poster was very simple. It had a crown at the top, the crown of King George. It was a Tudor crown. And the words were supposed to be very simple and yet elegant and bold. It was red and white, and that was it. When they researched it, they found this was one of the few remaining posters, original posters, of the saying that was ready to be distributed in England if they were going to need it. Well, they started making copies of it, all three posters actually, putting it up in their bookstore. And when people came in and they began to see that poster, keep calm and carry on, it just resonated with people. And now you find it literally, it's become an iconic poster all around the world, and people will change things and they've had fun with it. It has become so known around the world because it does resonate with our soul. Keep calm and carry on. You know, right now you and I live in a time of unprecedented change, uncertainty. We struggle with issues of health. what's going to happen for a vaccination or for a treatment of the COVID-19 virus. We're looking at economic crisis throughout our country. It is such full of uncertainty. And I think that right now, as we come to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the end of the war in Europe, it's a good time for us to remember, keep calm and carry on. It was Jesus who said, "Be not anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Let the day's own troubles be sufficient for the day." If you and I can remember to trust in God's grace, to trust in God's constant love of us, his children, in other words, to have faith, it sure is a lot easier to keep calm and carry on. Be safe and have a great day.